Imagine if somewhere under the ocean, an entire city filled with shining buildings, powerful rulers, and rich culture once existed, and then disappeared in a single day. No warning, no survivors, just a huge city swallowed by the sea. That is the legend of Atlantis, and for thousands of years, people have wondered if this place was real, where it was, and what happened to it. Today, we're going to explore the mystery of Atlantis in a simple, clear way that anyone can understand. And if you stay until the end, you might be surprised by how much evidence actually exists. Our story begins over 2,300 years ago with a man named Plato, one of the most famous philosophers in history. Plato wrote about a powerful island kingdom called Atlantis. He said the people of Atlantis were wealthy, advanced, and strong. Their city had huge temples, beautiful palaces, and giant rings of land and water. According to Plato, Atlantis was larger than Libya and Asia combined. Its people were skilled sailors, and they ruled many lands. But they became greedy and lost their good values. Because of this, the gods punished them. In just one single day and night, Atlantis sank into the ocean and vanished forever. Now, here's where the mystery begins. People debate whether Plato made up the story to teach a lesson, or if he was describing a real place. Some believe Plato heard the story from older Egyptian writings. Others say Atlantis was based on real disasters that happened around the Mediterranean Sea. The truth is, we don't know for sure, but many people have searched for clues. Let's explore one idea. Maybe Atlantis was inspired by the island of Santorini in Greece. Around 1600 BC, a giant volcano exploded there. It caused massive waves, destroyed cities, and changed the geography of the region. Some experts think this disaster might have inspired Plato's story. The island had a wealthy civilization called the Minoans, who were advanced in architecture, sailing, and culture similar to Atlantis. But what if Atlantis was somewhere else? Some researchers say it could have been near Spain, around the area called the Strait of Gibraltar. Plato wrote that Atlantis was beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which many historians believe refers to the Strait of Gibraltar. And here's something interesting. In southern Spain, scientists have found ancient ruins buried in mud, shaped in circles, similar to Plato's description. Could these be the remains of a lost civilization wiped out by floods? Another theory takes us to the Atlantic Ocean. Some believe Atlantis sank somewhere west of Africa. The ocean floor in that area has unusual formations and underwater mountains that make people wonder if something big once stood there. But scientists say no major continent ever existed there, so that idea may not be true. There's also the story of the Bimini Road, a strange underwater structure near the Bahamas. The stones look like a man-made road or wall. Some people think it's part of Atlantis, but most scientists believe the stones formed naturally. Still, the mystery keeps people curious. Another interesting theory says Atlantis could be in Antarctica. Some suggest that thousands of years ago, Antarctica wasn't covered in ice and may have been home to an ancient civilization. But again, there is no solid proof. Still, many people love this idea because it would explain why the city disappeared under ice and snow. So why do people keep searching for Atlantis? Because the story feels magical. A great city, advanced technology, powerful people, all destroyed in one night hit. Seems like something out of a movie. But what if the legend is actually based on real events? The ancient world experienced huge natural disasters, earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanic eruptions, and giant floods. Any one of these could wipe out a city and erase it from memory. Some scientists believe Atlantis represents all the ancient civilizations that were destroyed over time and forgotten. Places like the lost city of Troy, which people thought was a myth until archaeologists actually discovered it. Or the city of Heracleion in Egypt, which was underwater for thousands of years before being found in the early 2000s. If those lost cities were real, why couldn't Atlantis be real too? As we move through history, explorers from all over the world have searched for clues. From submarines scanning the ocean floor to satellites mapping underwater ruins, people are still trying to solve the puzzle. Even today, new discoveries keep coming. Some scientists believe that as technology improves, we might eventually find hard evidence. But here's the interesting part. Maybe the real meaning of Atlantis isn't just about finding a physical city. Maybe Atlantis is a warning, a story about what happens when a powerful society becomes greedy and forgets its values. Plato may have used Atlantis to teach that great civilizations can fall if they are not careful. Still, most of us hope Atlantis was real. We love the idea of a hidden city waiting to be discovered. The idea fuels movies, books, and imagination. And who knows, maybe deep under the ocean, something extraordinary is still waiting. In the end, Atlantis is a mix of fact, legend, history, and mystery. Some parts might be true, some parts might be made up. The fun is in the searching. And as long as the story continues, the adventure continues.